Hi everybody, my name is Faye and I am the founder and director of Kybism. One of the questions that I quite often get asked by our clients is, I'm so jolly busy, I've got so much to do and I really don't know where to start, where to finish, what I should be focusing on and all of those things. Now that dilemma is a multifaceted dilemma that I could spend a lot of time on. But for the purposes of today, I just would like to share with you a tool that I share with our clients to help them get really clear where they need to be focusing on and what they need to be letting go in their role that they perform in the business. You know, some people just say to me, oh, look, I need to just have time management. My philosophy is that time manages itself. It's up to us to determine our priorities and manage our priorities in the time slot that we've given. Now, the tool that I've got looks at two axes. This axis, the y-axis, looks at the importance of what we do. And this axis looks at the urgency in which it needs to be done. Up here, we have the degree of something that is important. So what is really important to me? Down here is the things that are not important. Over here, we have the things that are urgent, that need our immediate attention, and the things that are not urgent. Now, with all things that we have these two axes in, we end up with four quadrants. In this quadrant are the things that are important and urgent, important and not urgent. Down here are the things that are not important and not urgent. And over here we've got the things that are urgent but not important. So, in our individual roles, we need to determine what are some of the things that fit into these different categories. But let's make the assumption that we're talking about someone who's in a leadership position. You have a team of people underneath you. You might be the owner of the business. You might be the business manager. You may be a department head manager. So you've got people reporting to you. As a manager, what are some of the things that are important and not urgent? This includes, and in my experience, these are the things that get missed in most people's things. This includes planning. This includes setting KPIs and measures. This includes things like reviewing performance of our people, our business, analysing and making decisions based upon that analysis of the business. Now, over here, we've got the things that are important but are urgent. The difference is the urgency, and our tendency is to make something that is urgent a higher priority over something that is not urgent. And it might be that we get a client complaint. It might be that we have a team member sick. It might be something that we have to attend to. And the common language that I hear people say is that I'm constantly putting out bushfires. So it's important. We have to deal with our client complaints, and when we have to, replace people because of they're sick or whatever it is. But it's like I said before, we get distracted by the urgency of the situation, and what we leave behind is the not urgency. We leave behind the things that equally are as important, but they're not urgent because we haven't got someone, or something pressuring us to find a solution to us. And as a result of that, we fill our days, and therefore we don't have the time to focus on these things that fit into this category. All right, so over here we've got the not important and not urgent. I think most of us have the ability to know what goes in there, but some of the things like those are a ringing phone, a email pop-up at the bottom of our computer telling us that an email has just come in. They're the things that distract us away from what we have to do. Now, over here, once again, it may be the same thing, but it's, as I said before, the thing that makes a difference is the thing it's the urgency. It's the immediate situation that we actually need to be giving our attention to. Now, ideally, as managers and leaders of our business, we're spending 80% of our time up here in these areas. This is where we need to be spending our time. There are always going to be things that pop up that we need to deal with, but if we've got better systems, which I missed out here, if we've got better systems in place, then it just makes sure that how those urgent things are managed will be done in a far more effective way. We really want this. We've got 80% of our time here and 20% down here. I'll put that in the middle. We really want this to be 80% of the 80% and that to be 20%. But in my experience, it's generally the other way around because, as I said, we're distracted by the urgency of the situation. And we will never get off the treadmill of the urgency of situations if we don't spend the time doing these things. We have to plan, we have to review, we have to know, our team need to know what's expected of them. We need to be reviewing their performance. We need to be reviewing the business performance. We need to make sure we've got those systems in place and not get distracted by the things that are happening here. Now, one of the things that I do want to have a little bit of time on is about a ringing phone. Most business owners say to me, I have to answer my phone when it rings because if I don't, I'm losing out on business. What I do know is the most successful people in the world are in control of their time and what they do, and do not let anybody, and I mean anybody, distract them from what they have to do. They know what is important for them to get done on that day. And the most successful people in the world in their day, including real estate agents, by the way, can I say, they make phone calls and check their emails once or twice a day only. Their instructions to their team is, unless my house is burning down or there is something wrong with my children, I do not want to get interrupted. They are in control. As I said, they don't let other people control them. And so a ringing phone is a distraction. Studies have shown that every time we're in the middle of doing something and we're distracted, whether it be an email pop-up or a phone ringing or allowing someone to walk into our room or whatever it is, study shows that it takes us 20 minutes to get back into the zone we were in when we were doing what we would need to do. It's really, really crucial as leaders and managers that our day is prioritised by the things that are going to add the most value to our business, and we eradicate the things that don't add the most value to our business.